Oh, hello, everybody. Hope everyone is having a wonderful afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you may be. I am Psychonius, and welcome to the last part of Tales of Graces. Yes, the actual last part. As last time, we beat the post-game dungeon zone cage, and we completed all the end requests to do the final face-off against the secret boss, the Gentleman. Now, for reference, we will be playing Ninja Gaiden tonight. That will be happening. Regardless how long this takes, I will get some Ninja Gaiden 3s in tonight. But we are so close on this that I want to get this out of the way so I can then get Liza P slotted into there so we start playing that, because well, a certain little game called Expedition 33's popped up on my radar, and I really want to stream that, but also, of course, give it the time it needs so everyone can enjoy it before I do, given it wasn't initially on my radar. Yep. So this, we're showing off basically, at least where I got the last couple of known titles I can get. And then we're doing the Rockagong Fight, and we're doing the trio fight, who's going to be at the top of the tower. So, to explain how this is going to work, so for the Rockagong Fight and the trio fight, I am going to give 2 attempts basically at them. The only way I will give more is if basically it's a situation where I see myself getting extremely close, or I see where I can mess up. But guys, let's put it this, I'm tired of the grind. I'm tired of the grind, and at this point I should be high enough level, have good enough gear and stats to and have mastered enough titles that I should be able to do this on at least easy mode. So I will take them on normal mode. If we die on normal and we got extremely close, then we'll take another crack at it normal. But if it's a situation where I walk in and I get one comboed and I just die, then we swap it to easy, see how that goes. And if it's just not working out, it just doesn't work out. I will then swap displays, pull up at some point, me just watching it on YouTube, and then we go from there. Because after all the gem grinding, and after getting the grind ready for this, because after all the equipment tempering I did, well, it's like, this game's been fun, but also I am quite tired. Tired of the post-game. Besides that, the only other thing I know we'll check out is Trials of Graces. But with that, let's just go ahead and get jumped on in. So, first things first, I want to show where I learned the rest of the titles. So this is not the official end title, but so everyone's titles basically, this first 2 rows are typically pretty much reserved for like story or events type titles. Now we've been missing a shield one between all these. What item did you use for level 10 zone cage? I used a, where is it? I got a Dreamer's Flange and basically kept upping that to +4 to get over 250. So I just kept slapping a bunch of good qualities on it over and over again, tempering. Yeah, but the way I pretty much, where I learned we could actually do that is, oh crap, I can't do that here. Also, hello, you're Excel. Hope you're having, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, but something I did not realize about the future arc. So apparently, on the second floor here, they add just 2 random NPCs that have stuff for you. So this right one here So originally, I've done this all off screen, but they have like a list of all the characters pretty much, and basically you pay a certain amount of money to unlock the title for each and everybody, which is that one shield one that's typically in the middle here, Elith mod. So everyone's got an Elith mod. Now, as you can see, with Pascal's, when you get to whoever's your last character, they ask for a fucking exorbitant amount. So like I said, I've already done a file where I bought all that for everybody's. But here, just to enough. Well, fuck you. So there's that. Yep. So now what I can do as well is load up to the second file I have here. And here, just to show. What type did you use? Like attribute, calm, temper, noble, etc. I really don't remember all the ones I used leading up to it. I basically kind of just kept like accepting I was going to keep grinding, and then just like kind of just whatever one was yellow on it appeared. But the final one I ended up going on was gracious, because from what I understand that's what it's either like that or magical. That's like the highest qualities you can keep giving it. So I said basically whenever I was tempering or dualizing rather, anytime it just popped up yellow, I then just like that's typically valuable, so I clicked on that. So I think it's like I was mostly just searching for either like if I could get it at magical or gracious or any of those. I don't remember exactly because that was what I used last time, because we did all the zone cage stuff last stream. Yeah, but here just to show off everybody's. So because I did a straight hour dualizing and never got and just had to just continue the game without completing the zone cage. Yeah, the only guide basically pointed me to Dreamer's Flange, and basically, like I said, I just kept dualizing. When I dualized stuff into it, I just kept looking for whenever the quality appeared yellow. And then I just knew I had to keep at least going for gracious or magical if I can make it go into that, because then that's like the really, really valuables. But yeah, but here's everyone's Elf mod, so there's Asbel's, Vitality, some Physical Defense, and a Rescue and Exceed. Sharia's, I think everyone gets an Exceed, but she also gets Physical Defense. Hubert gets some Evasions and basically Vitalities. Pascal, she gets some Physical Defense. And some of her spells get buffed. Sophie's, she gets an absorb. She basically gets like a lot the heal stuff, and then physical attacks, and then Malik's some physical defense, and actually his is pretty all over the place. So wait a minute, is this the? Oh, that's the one. Oh, I gotta go back to that previous save file. There we go. Hold on a minute. So, wait, let me just make sure something then. Okay, no, I think I gotta go back to my previous, because also I can show off where we got Malik's. I'm very all over the place in this. But if I remember right, this should be a file that I have all of Malik's, the rest of Malik's trash that I could throw away. So this should show off how we get the rest of Malik's titles, because we were missing 2, so yep, threw the trash away. Ah, thank you for the raid, Jacob! With the power of friendship, we'll achieve our Xenoblade Chronicles 3 F for Nintendo Switch. Well, you showed up on me throwing away some trash, so... Wait, the trash bin is empty. Oh, fucking A, did I screw this up? Did I accidentally save over the trash one? Oh, hold on a minute. I might have saved over Malk throwing away some trash. Well, we just took out the trash, also known as the final boss. Hey, nice. Ah, crap. I think I might have messed up, and I didn't actually save the trash bin. Oh, well. Well, does Malik have his teacher title on this as well? No, crap. Well, I can at least show how we get that final one for Malik's. So, here, if we teleport to this one. Alright, well, basically, if you go back to Zoffert and you throw away all 15 pieces of trash, basically a bunch of people start surrounding Malik and going, hell yeah, you're the best garbage man, you're the council of garbage and all that. And he just goes, why? But how we get one of his last titles that fills out the 2 lines, basically, because that trash one actually doesn't relate to on the 2 lines. If we go here, show me your resolve.
Asbel, we stand on the brink of the most perilous battle of our lives.
Honestly, Malik, I hear you. We kind of already took that threat out like 3 parts ago. So, like, honestly, I think if we went to him now, we could probably trash him.
Sir?
Like you took out the trash. Haha!
Thanks to Pascal, I now wield the same power as you do. But if I hope to be of assistance, I need you to show me that power.
You want to see my power in action? Now that I think about it, we haven't sparred one-on-one since I was a student in training.
This is not training, and I will hold nothing back. This time will be for real.
Asbel, I'm gonna mess you the heck up.
I completely understand, sir. I vowed to become stronger so I could protect everyone.
I'm gonna throw this boomerang sword in the air, and if you get hit, it's all your fault. Who's the dude on the right? That is Malik. He is our spellcaster. He's basically the kind of like older support character figure in this, who is Asbel's teacher. He throws a boomerang sword and casts a lot of spells.
Then let me see that resolve reflected in your steel.
But yeah, so apparently, in this skit, you actually get a chance to fight Malik like we've done with some past skits. Now, unfortunately, we're very over-leveled for this now, so,
Victory is ours.
I think we're pretty alright. Okay, so I was right, that was...
So the day I lose to a student has finally come.
So that is Jameson Price. Yes, it is.
Sir.
You know, Asbel, I'll be completely frank with you.
I think he shows up in a lot of Tales of games, at least. I know he's definitely in Tales of Arise, I think, and I think he has a role in Zestiria.
I left Fendel behind because I didn't believe in the power of words. That's why I couldn't say anything to Kurt.
Also known as General Jelly Jiggler from Bobobo.
Captain.
Oh dear God. I forget Bobobo is a thing until something like this happens where it gets mentioned and re-enters my mind space, and I'm like, yeah, that is a thing.
I think that people who trust their own power also have faith in the power of their words. So keep talking, Asbel. Speak your vows, shout your convictions, let them ring across the land. I said this fight was for true. Now, do with me as you will.
Ah.
I will make this quick.
Are you gonna...
Whoa, wait! Don't do it for real!
I'm not gonna kill you! And that's how you get his inveterate teacher title. Yo, Bobobo has a shocking stack cast. That's like the craziest thing about it. It's like and it's just like, it's, in the English dub, it's like one of the actual, like, just best things ever. Yeah, but with that, even after all this time, he still goes to great lengths to encourage his former students. So you get some more physical defense and then some all-around stuff. we're all right. But yeah, for his environmentalist. Where is it? I know. I want to show off the trash one. Unless, did I not do it on this one? Wait, do I still have a chance to go throw out some trash? I thought I did this one and then I didn't do the trash away. Oh yeah, no. Okay. So now you should have it at this point. Who knew trying to find just a title, starting to remember that literally all it involves is you just throwing away some trash would be this difficult. I don't know. It's gotta at least, I have to at least have it on the main file, but yeah, so I'm gonna load up this one just so I can see. Favorite connection to the English cast Bobo is Brian Beacock, voices Tengaku Man. There's also Monokuma from Danganronpa. No shit. That is one's. Honestly though, to take someone from Bobo Po probably is able to bring in that kind of energy, and then to Monokuma, it works. But yeah. Environmental Minister. He picked up litter and put it in the trash can, the first step towards saving the environment. So yeah, some more physical defense, and then a glacial rain of blazing hearts. Alright. Now the other title stuff that... Midnight Ramblers.
Doesn't all this combat make you tired, Sophie?
Sherry, why are you bringing this up now after Zone Cage?
No, not really. Because you always use healing arts to tend to my wounds. I'm not talking about wounds, Sophie. Exhaustion is something else. Don't you ever just wanna collapse? Yes. Well, that's exhaustion. And when that happens, doesn't it help to rest?
But I've got somewhere I need to be in an hour, so you take care. Hey, well, thanks for a raid, Jacob. I appreciate it. You were stopping on by.
I'm okay. The captain and I always have a
Good job on completing the Xenoblade 3s, and take care.
Captain Malik, I don't mind if a little chatter comes up before bed, but what are you two always talking about? It's nothing weird, right?
Given it's Malik the Troll and the Liar, I honestly cannot blame Sheriff for being concerned.
That's up to the dice. Painful stories, memorable lessons. The numbers we roll determine the topic.
Excuse me?
And then you just ramble on?
Sophie can really shoot the breeze.
Shoot the breeze?
My man so which part of the dice is trauma? But yeah, so Zable's only I actually really probably could just show this on well, I was also here at Telesis too, but I'm gonna buy some. I'm gonna go ahead and buy some of them personally. So I finally learned what those so in the future arc, we were getting materials to be able to craft these small figurine versions of our characters. Turns out this other NPC gives one of the weirdest gameplay mechanics ever. So if you have a figurine of the character, you get to choose who do you wish to be. So let's say I want to be Sophie. And now you select a character who you want them to be Sophie. What this does is it unlocks a special title for them that when they max out the title, they get like a ability called characterisms. And in the stats menu, you can literally just change them into that character. Now, I have no clue how it works stats-wise. I literally just learned this right before starting stream, so that's why it's like, huh? But I know it's like you at least take over their arts and such, so... Alright, well, if I were to ever tell someone to become Sophie, maybe Hubert. So yeah, Hubert acquired the Sophie Imitator title. And that's for every character. With Strahd as Kriya's technology on site, imitating Sophie will be no problem. So yeah, so you get an ability called like characterism, basically. It's one of the weirdest things ever. Now, I'm not going to use it because I think like kind of the concept of just turning someone into another character was a bit ridiculous. That's why I don't mind showing it off here, but like that's definitely a gameplay mechanic. So who wishes to be Hubert? Hubert lookalike. Sharia. Pascal. Sharia's replicant. Malik. Malik's twin. Pascal. The Pascal mimic. And then Richard. Asbel. The Richard look like it's so bizarre. But that is basically all that comes down to everything I'm going to show off before we actually enter into these post-game fights. So, with that being said, alright, I have gotten everyone up to level 115, because this was basically the level that, as I was doing this stuff, this was the level that I was able to do floor... I think it was floor, yeah, I'm gonna set everyone to manual going forward. 10 on zone cage, that it felt I could reasonably do it difficulty-wise. But on top of that, so for all the gear, I've gotten everyone's ultimate gears. I was even able to get Malik and Sharia's ultimate weapons. So the Elite Demon Blade, I got this from finding Malik's spear on floor 7, and Sharia's, I got lucky and found both of them on their respective floors. Which I guess I don't know what the percentages were. The online things were making it sound way worse, like there were very rare drops. Honestly, I got both of their spears like within the first like try of going back onto the stage. So I don't know if I'm just extremely lucky or if there was just something changed or that it's not actually luck based, but yeah. That's right, I forgot about the ancient donut. Yeah, I still have the Vermilion Tunic onto Asbel, in which I attached an attack 6 onto it. So now Asbel is just rocking a crap ton of attack and a crap ton of Krius. It honestly now makes me okay with equipping the Fairy Scabbard. But that is that now. So, what we shall do now is go face down the Rockagong. Ooh, I'm gonna bring this crew with me to do it. That being said, let's do this. Put on the... As long as you have health to spare. No, we're just gonna do the... Yeah, we're just gonna put on the Book of Fortitude. And I'm gonna teleport to Symbol Zole. Now, I don't know if we're overload for the Rockagong at all, but if we are, well, too bad. It is what it is at that point. But anyway, let me equip the respective titles that I want. So, yeah, Asbel's like my Mystic Art. Asbel's basically my DPS. He is my damage man. He is going to just... He is there to wreck house. Yeah, Pascal, you can lower enemy health. And honestly, Malik, I think as well, I'm going to have as like a Mystic Art damage lower. And Sophie actually has a Kurt Gossip Addict actually upped party Ellis gauge growth. So we got 2 people affecting Ellis, and then Asbel and Malik just have, well, actually, you know what? I don't think I'll have the Mystic Art damage. What I'll do instead... Physical attack, it creates attack, plus 17%. Yeah, I think we'll do that instead. Yeah, so Malik just has extra damage in this. Like I said, we're gonna take a whack at this normal difficulty, and then we'll take a crack at it at, unless we get like really close on normal, then but like if we get like wiped, then we set it to easy, try it then. Now the gimmick of the Rockagong is he has a crap ton of HP. I literally have seen none of his attacks besides a swipe. But because he's just big. And also you have to beat the battle in under 20 minutes. You have a actual time limit on this. Of course! So yeah, 400,000, which we have actually been able to prove we can easily take care of that. But weak against Reptile, Beast, Strike, and Slash. And it was still another Rockagong fur permit, not that we need it. A new move we've actually gotten for Asbel that'll show up is Aurora Lotus, which basically, yeah, he does that small stab into the ground. And then he then appears over the enemy because he does teleport to the enemy itself and then does a bunch of slashes. Okay, we could survive one hit from him, you know? Oh. Oh, we can't do Mystic Arts on this thing. Oh, Asbel literally just has a useless title right now. Well, that sucks. Alright, well. Honestly, we can do this, though. We can definitely do this under 20 minutes, so... And we really just hit on this. The problem is, what is he doing? Did he just eat Sophie? He just ate Sophie. Oh, and he's got a big yell. Oh, alright. Pascal, get out of here. We're regrouping. Some bullshit. That's what. Alright. Alright, so, understood. Okay, so he can eat one of my party members. That ain't great. But also, what this tells me is, my casters are not going to be as useful for this as I once thought, so... Here's what we'll do is we'll go with this crew instead, because I really don't think I need any other healers besides these one, but we're gonna replace Sophie with Sharia. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna do about the bite attack, because I know I can reasonably get out of the way, but I don't know how the AI is gonna react to that. Okay, but I now know that attack really doesn't mean much. Okay, Sharia gets, like, knocked on her ass. Alright, so keeping Sharia up is gonna be the main thing we have to do for this fight if I don't want to use Sophie. So the problem with I literally cannot hit him besides his chin, which he likes to rock up and down, so I just have to keep using whatever arts, like, aim me up in the air. Yeah, literally I cannot Mystic Art this thing at all. Alright. So Asbel's is just the equivalent of just like some extra damage. Yeah, I forgot to swap out his title coming back into this. Sharia is just gonna constantly get bopped. Now I don't mind using all the items because I don't think even when we do the trio fight we can even bring items into that since it's the Coliseum. So literally this is basically our last boss to ever use any kind of items on for anything. Yep, they don't think to get out of the way, so... Well, you guys know when it's charging up for the obvious attack, it would help if you all, like, the AI was smart enough to just, you know, move to the side. Oh, that's actually still pretty decent, though, because my little ball will keep hitting its chin for a little extra damage. Jerry, I can really believe they got you, given you're literally staying in none of the safe spaces in here, and I don't know how I'm supposed to actually tell you to do that, given I could take control of her, but she'll immediately move out of position. I think that was its chomp attack. Yeah, Hubert is kind of, now that I know that's a thing, to also serve as backup. Yeah, that's why I mean, literally, I try to get Asbel off to the side, but then his AI immediately wants to get back into the center for some, because they can't program this type of shit for individual fights. I'm about to run out of light bottles because I have to use them all for this. Oh. This is odd. Okay, this is actually just kind of stupid. Okay, I've reached my verdict for this fight. This shit's dumb. Oh, well, he just ate Malik, so, which, I mean, to be fair, honestly, I'm not too worried, because... Oh, we don't even have an health gauge for this fight. Alright. Well, we're gonna give one more attempt at this, but I'm now gonna go back and just restock. Okay, so that is some things of note now. And I think I may have used 1 or 2 elixirs in that fight, so you know what, I'm gonna load up from my, yeah, from this one. Alright, well now that we know, no Mystic Arts, no Elf Gauge. Honestly, yeah, Hubert wasn't even doing that much. Alright. So the only thing I can think of, really, is to set everyone's strategies to this, really, is that, yeah, none of you just don't use yours. And yeah, be arts only. Just, literally none of my spellcaster types need to be just casting anything that gets them in there. Alright, so no Mystic Arts, so really all I should do then is just up damage. And just take anything that ups stats, really. Because there's really no response or anything I can do against the... I can't do anything against his chomp attack. Or rather, not the chomp attack, the... Sorry about that. I was checking something. There's nothing I can do against the big tornado attack he does right in front of him, because there's no way to tell my guys just to go to the side of it, so they'll literally just all stand in the middle and get killed. But I'm very much thinking this was definitely not a well thought out boss fight in this regard. I mean, we'll deal with it, but so far this gave me the very big hunch of basically this was a cool idea they had, and then it did not execute all that well. So I wish maybe there was just some alright. And let's say, okay, I think I just need to spam, what is it? Shatter Steel Swarm this entire fight, because this is the only thing that has, like, an absolute guaranteed chance of hitting. As well as, like, Cell mode is pretty much the only one that can really, like, do a good job. We can pop Sharia's whenever she gets it, but... I gotta credit, it seems like their hitbox is pretty accurate though, given it seems like Pascal's barely getting clipped by the claw. And we got some Rockagong fur. Alright, about to get him through his first 100k. So right when we get him halfway is when he begins starting to do that big tornado move in front of him. I have no idea if Pascal's barrier actually does anything else besides a defense boost and all that, but it's right here. Can't hurt. And it prevents the attacks from being guarded, so it may just be able to open them up for just a little more damage. Yeah, even with B arts only, she wants to just get up in its face. Fair at that point, I could go into the menu of keep just like turn off civic arts, but now that's getting into. And then this is where chaos erupts. So I can kind of believe it, Sharia, when you all just stand around like dopes and don't see obvious telegraph attacked. Like so. Yeah, which, I mean, the order we'll basically do is Sharia and then Malik to Pascal. So let me see. Is it gonna... No, it's not gonna back again. How did that hit Mount? Well, I guess it does clip the end of the screen. Okay, I don't know how everyone survived that time around. I guess Malik stood off right to the side, so I don't know how Pascal did. Seemed like she just took the full brunt of it. But also ain't complaining, so. Oh, what? I guess we hit it enough. It has a stop state. Huh. I don't think this party can take too much advantage of that, but that is good to know. Yeah, so get me to full health, because sure, I can spend the time recovering everybody else's, but I need to just stay up. And I'm about to run out of life bottles. Alright, nice. No one got eaten. And Asbel, you are going to be remembering that phrase in your dreams, buddy. Alright, almost got him down to 100 Ks. And we're about to reach the point where I got nothing but elixirs left for heals. Yep, our last life bottle. So we got only nothing but elixirs left. It's about to try and eat me. You know, Malk, I can appreciate you for being smart enough to just stand off to the side. Which, he literally has not been moving from that one position, so actually, I wonder, if I actually do. Pascal, clearly no, because she likes to just get up in its face, but I wonder if Sherry will actually stand off to the side then. Oh my god, but that's actually really not even that good of an advantage, because what happens is, so the targeting point is on this central point, but his but like what it is that his head moves off to the side like when it falls, so I'm not even actually aiming at it. Also, holy crap, that is so lucky, because Asbel lost, this would have been done. Alright, we got him below 100. Yeah, we got 4 more elixirs. Yeah, now keep going. We're about to be out though, so after this, Sharia. Sharia, why are you... I guess she got in position for the claw. What? Okay, it's just a stunning move. Jerry, what are you casting? Okay, no, she's casting an attack. No, girl, focus on getting them up because I don't have the revives anymore to make this work. And Malik Satan! Hey, good to know. Under 50k. Yeah, regardless we did this, well, if she dies, well, I gotta use a elixir on her. I don't have a choice in that regard. Okay, yeah, that's okay, so that move is just basically to be a time sink. So that's pretty much to put the pressure on you and just slightly in case you're running out. No, sure, yeah, you just focus on getting everyone up. We got this now at this point. Yep, about to get him under 10k. There we go. Gagonged. Book of Frugality. Excuse me? Frugal? Simply a powerful spellbook that reduces the Eleth used for cooking by half. For New Game Plus. Just remind myself that it's for New Game Plus. Well, I mean, we did it. I don't really feel any kind of way. It's kind of just awkward. I mean, once you kind of just figure out what move you gotta just keep spamming, then it works. But yeah, I mean, the most annoying aspect is just trying to... I mean, because it's like, when you set everyone to be heavy, it seemed like Sherry and Malk actually kept in their place. So I guess I could have theoretically really set Sherry in the corner at the start of the fight, and that actually would have been fine. But then there's the times where she then just runs forward, and now I'm like, I didn't tell you to do that, but alright. But the deed is done. Let's rest at the end. Go restock, even though I don't think it'll actually matter. And now let's go fight us a Coliseum. Which I figured during the Coliseum fights, I'll kind of get, since we're going to be breezing through a lot of it, it's going to be the final, of course, part of it. Wait, do you sell spice sets? Holy shit, you do. When'd you start doing that? It was because I've been using them so much in Zone Cage, that's why. It's like, huh, damn, I could have used you a long time ago. Oh yeah, but also to make the comment on the dolls that we can use to make copies of ourselves. So there is an Asbel doll. The problem is its material seems like it can only drop from enemies, Because that's the thing, everybody, you can get dolls for everybody and get every character the ability to change into any character. But if you want that, you have to grind for it. It seems like how it works is they give you a freebie pretty much, and then they give you your freebie, and then they give you your freebie ones to get at least one, except for Asbel's, though. I mean, there's the total possibility I could have missed a chest. But everyone else's, if you want to get that, you then have to grind in dungeons for enemies and such. So yeah, here, just to show off the effects of the weapons I'm going in with, so I have attack 4 on this and a petrify, since I know at least Mage Girl in there is weak to petrification. I didn't remember if anyone was weak to paralysis, but in case we want to bring in Pascal, I mostly have her with the resist. Malik is just buffed up Krias and then defense. Sharia, I have Blessing because, of course, basically more heals. Sophie, Burn, so she can do effective against what's-his-face, Swordsman. And Hubert, Freeze, because I know Fire Girl is weak to Freeze. My original, the group I think I'm going to bring into this is Asbel, Hubert, Sophie, and Sharia. Just because the problem is, I think if I bring in Malik or Pascal, at least starting off, there's going to be too much, like, pressure from everybody that no one's actually going to be able to get off any spells. So that's my thought process. But yes, we're going to go for Masterclass. And for those that haven't seen us do this yet, what it basically means is, what Masterclass means is we reach every 5 floors, basically. It's either like every 5 or 10. Then we have to switch characters up until we get to our last one. So with that, we're going to start off with Pascal. Yep, but we cannot use items in Masterclass. That's why it's like I really have no qualms using all the rest of my elixirs on the Rockagong. But I was really hoping just to use the rest of my arcane bottles. But oh well. I find it so weird how Inflame is like a separate ability, given it's so like good for her starting attack. Alright, but yeah, so while I'm doing this, I figure I can give my final, so that way, my final thoughts on this, so that way, after we finish all this, we can jump straight into Ninja Gaiden 3. So I don't know, the ending of, not the ending, I've already explained what I think of all the plot stuff in my previous, in the finale videos, so if you want to see those, well, the VODs are on YouTube and all that. The post-game for Tale of Graces, I feel weird about. And it's purely because of one specific thing, it's RNG. No, Pascal, I believe it's because you set them on fucking fire. Alright, yeah, then we'll switch to Malik, and then everyone else I feel like I kind of got confidently down. Because really, that's kind of really what's been dictating whether, like, me having to spend so long on the grind, basically, and why I'm at this point. Whatever stats we got, whether or not we're actually proper level for this, it is what it is at this point. I'm just like, I'm tired of it. Because the problem is the grind isn't that interesting, and grinding rarely is in RPGs. You know, games have to try hard to basically, you know, make grinding worth anything, but it's more so frustrating in this game because the RNG was just screwing me over bad, and that's ultimately the thing, you know. RNG, you can either get it in like the first 15 minutes or you can't, or it takes you 5 hours, and that's what was causing me, was that I was taking to get the qualities I needed for all the in requests and such. It's like some of them I got within like 2 tries, and then others it took me a while. And like I said, I don't know I don't actually know what the chances are for those ultimate weapon spears.
But a win is a win.
If I was actually just getting extremely lucky or what, but you know, if those are actually like really bad RNG wise and such, well then that's just more and more and more. And the problem with Tales of Graces is it's post game with all that. It feels frustrating because hindsight be 2020. Now that I know that in my future playthroughs of this, if I want to do these in requests, that I should just hold on to specific types of gems. Then I mean, I'll be able to do that now, but it's one of those things that I feel like the difference between knowing you should hold on to something in JRPGs should be the difference between like maybe just like 15 to 30 extra minutes rather than, you know, between, oh, I conveniently have this and now it's now I'm spending the rest of my weekend on this shit. And that's just the worst aspect of it. It's just the grind. Because besides that, I actually think the post-game quality of all this, they give you a lot. Like, you definitely get your bang for your buck. You get a bunch of fun cutscenes, you get a bunch of fun skits to view. Technically, like I said, if you want to consider the future arc an add-on, given that wasn't in the original, and that was something they've added for this, technically it's like, for Tales of Graces, you are getting a lot. And I think the overall package, basically, like, of the stuff you're doing is great.
Is everyone okay? How bad are your wounds?
Sherry, you're by yourself, girl. I hate to be that way, but like... Alright, now we'll do Hubert. And Zone Cage, I thought about this. Zone Cage, my biggest issue with Zone Cage is that I just feel like the setting itself was cool at first, not cool on the consecutive time, and especially when you're using it to grind for other gem qualities for your endgame stuff, like these ultimate weapons. And some of those boss fights, man, I don't know. The fucking salmon one, I had to refight that for Malik's ultimate weapon, given his had the potential appearing on that floor. That salmon fight is just awful once he starts spamming the move where he runs up in the air and then starts wriggling forward and guard breaks you guaranteed. Like, that was just actually not, there was nothing about that fight that was all that hard in that moment until you get to that moment, and then now it's just bullshit because there's just nothing you can do. Because if you dodge out of the way, his tracking is so good and he just keeps on you. And even if you manage to be far away enough, he just keeps doing it until he gets up close to you, and that was awful. And Fourier, I actually lost to Fourier on the rematch, mostly because I got unlucky during that time, and the monster decided to target Asbel while I was trying to beat the crap out of Fourier again, and once you know it, having to deal with a gun user who just shoots you from afar and a monster that gets up in your business ain't all that great. Oh yeah, but we are blazing through this.
I'm trembling.
Besides that, the only other thing I would say I feel like really that was kind of like just bad about that, and honestly it's kind of like, I can't even say I necessarily blame the game, given I may have not have been rocking the best armor up to that point. Because I looked it up, and apparently, so the Gentleman's Rewards from the inn are basically things you can get through either grinding in Zone Cage or by maxing out town stamps. So, like, you can find the Darkened Ore, you can find the Pure Bright Cloth, either from random drops or... Yeah, either from random drops or basically, I think it's like some of the towns when you... when you max out their stamp card, you can buy some of them. So that's like a thing, is that I definitely probably was not rocking the best armor I could have had up to that point, but even then, like, holy crap. The 10th floor just out of nowhere gets insanely difficult, if for like the dumbest reason. So firstly, the Dragon's Breath attacks, really on their own they ain't that bad. When they conveniently decide to use them together is when, out of nowhere, they're just easily able to gank you.
Is everyone okay? Thank goodness.
Essentially, they accidentally end up getting paired up. And then the lizards are just dumb. I already spent ad nauseum talking about that, but don't give your enemies just the ability to just, in 0 frames, start running forward, and that counts as an attack.
We will survive.
Like that shit was just dumb, and I kept, like, as I was replaying it to grind in that to get my characters up to at least level. Wait, here, I just need to make sure. Yeah, I got Infernal Torrent on there. But don't just, like, have that, because the AI literally had no clue what to do with it, and that was what they were dying to a majority of the time. It's like, I'm trying to take down these lizards, they keep running away, and the AI just doesn't know how to handle an attack that literally is just it moving forward and just doing a spring of constant damage. Oh, here, while I'm here. Yeah, so the attack I have on left, Aurora Lotus, I don't know what title we got this, but this shit's cool. So you stab the ground, and if an enemy runs away, as you saw, that move tracks them.
We won't fail.
So because it tracks them, basically, Asbel will literally just teleport on top of them and then just strike at them. It's honestly really cool, and it puts you in a sheath state, so it's kind of intended for you to do your art combos and then finish off with that, so you're back in sheath and you gain back some HP. Alright. Now that. There they are.
Sorry for the wait.
The little bastards. Alright, so we're prioritizing Twinkle Toes to the left.
Many thanks to you all.
It appears to have arrived safely.
Yep, because he's now got his big sword. The lost anklet is, I guess, belongs to one of the two. And I don't remember. And then, yeah, there was a hero's rod, which I'm guessing is for the Twinkle Toes that I can't remember now. I don't know why Twinkle Toes is what I've settled on, but it is. Also, if y'all have not seen, I've chosen what were my personal favorite outfits to finish off this game.
And I see other familiar faces as well. You must be the trio of titans.
This is about to be the biggest pain in my ass.
Yes, thank you for finding what we sought. This soma is very precious. It connects me to those who are most important to me.
Someone discovered it at the bottom of the ocean.
I see. Perhaps my brother hid it there. No wonder I was unable to find it. I found my hero.
Girl, you need to get your priorities straight. I don't know what age you are, but, like, fuck.
Too bad it doesn't shout things like, I'm going to be a hero.
Like, that thing's ugly. That is fugly. You know what fugly means? Fucking ugly.
You guys remind me of, well, us, actually. What you mean? I don't know, they just do. I think so, too.
It's because they wish to test their own strength.
That might be it. Now, prepare yourselves.
I'll fight to the end. Behold, the Holy Maiden.
Everyone ready?
Yes.
Alright, good. Yeah, so I think this is the crew I'm gonna try out first, because Hubert really helps me out with the keeping the what am I thinking? keeping the pressure on them. I don't know why I couldn't think that. Yeah. So Asbel, Mystic Art. Hubert. Yeah, him and Sophie can have the things that ups our Elith gauge. Sharia. 60 or less damage. We literally don't. That is not at all possible. Enemy Elith gauge growth down. Yeah, so this might be a very basic setup. Well, Barry, you know what? Hubert, actually, we will set him. Damage taken added to attack. Yeah, it's Steadfast Denier. That's because Hubert, because he's AI control, is going to be getting hit a lot, but it means now he can smack back pretty alright. Oh wait, but as well. So, fisherman rice, and then a baked potato. And yes, I am sure there's like a million other like good recipes we could be using, but guess what? This is my power combo. That's been doing me pretty alright. Alright. Yeah, so I'm prioritizing Riella because she's weak to Petrify. My sword has Petrify on it. Now, as well, but I have to make sure here, yeah, Sharia is on Don't Use. Everyone else is Excel. I'm fine if they use it near death. Alright, and me and Sophie have still been enough battles together that we both get the physical attack up. Alright. Get away from her. Oh, he did that instantly. There literally was nothing I could do. All right, at least Book of Fortitude is still operating right now. But here, I don't trust the other two not to have a chance to be able to get off some. Also, I might have overleveled for this, actually. So, the thing was, I thought they were still going to be roughly the same HP they had in Zone Cage, which was like, they all were proper bosses. Well, so now that we got him, yeah, I still got everyone on party's target, so Hubert can actually help me out with this. Who are those guys again? Book of Friendship and nice.
In front of everyone.
Huh. Well, you know, I genuinely thought... So, I literally thought they were going to have their exact same HP from inside the zone cage, which is why I prepared so much for this. Clearly, that might have been a bit too much, but also, hey, I'd much rather be over-prepared than had turned this into a nightmare scenario. And the important thing is, I did it.
You are indeed powerful.
We've been utterly defeated.
Now, tell you what, though. If we get the opportunity to... Yeah, we'll try this fight out on evil mode, just to see.
Thank you for the fight. I thought the legendary guardians would be a bit stronger.
Even Hubert's like, huh? Well, we kind of just owned them.
Strength is more than feats of arms.
Despite our loss, we know that real strength comes from cultivating a strong spiria.
A strong spiria, a strong heart. I cannot argue with that.
You remind me of an artist friend of mine.
It has been long since I fought this hard in battle, and I have missed it greatly. Thank you, Asbel. Work hard and keep aspiring to new heights.
I will do my best.
Thank you for the lesson, Guardians.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. So long, Funky Guardians.
Huh.
So long.
Names are now the stuff of legend. We look forward to seeing what you do next. Conqueror's Badge. Badge that honors your victory over all the Riot Peak Guardians. Also acquired the Ultimate Warrior title. Oh, that's how you get that. Reserved for the rarest of warriors, those who have managed to defeat the Riot Peak Guardians. I guess that makes sense. So, I guess basically if, the idea is then, so after you finish up Zone Cage, you come back down to do this, and then you could go on for floor 10. See, I didn't assume that. I assumed this was about to be, like, the toughest thing in the game. Yeah, but hard guard, some more physical attack, and a CC rise. Party spokesman.
I can't believe we just defeated the Guardians. They're the world's strongest warriors.
Yeah, we did it pretty alright.
The way those three protected each other, I thought their defense was impregnable. But I guess you can always find a way. The guys back home are never gonna believe this!
I wonder if anyone will believe us. Those who defeat the Guardians usually assume the position, so it might be a hard story to sell.
That's right. I'd forgotten about that rule. I hope they don't expect us to...
Oh, I turned them down already.
When did that happen?
On the way out, I said we're busy.
Pity. Part of me wishes you hadn't.
Yeah, come on!
But guys,
If I'd said yes, we'd never be able to leave this island. Captain, we have a mission to finish.
Yes, I suppose.
Wow, Captain, that's so rare for you to back down.
It's hard to face anger from one who is often calm.
well. Well, I mean, so I guess if you want to see a harder version of that, then you can check out my Zone Cage last time. Yeah, okay, so apologies. I genuinely thought that was about to be like the roughest thing ever. Kind of feel like now I overhyped the shit out of it, but now since this is the last thing we'll potentially be doing, let's see how good it goes when we're on evil. Well, actually, let me see. What happens if I start from the top floor? Well, now that's asking me the question, how the hell do I open this box? The hell is the hint for this thing? Fire Guardian Black, yeah. Symbolize Riot Peak. Well, Yeah, well, since we got a lot of time left, I say let's for funsies, let's see how well we do on evil mode. So like I said, we basically whooped them, so... Now, this won't be the last thing we do, though. I do at least have one skit I'm interested in seeing. So folks, let this be the lesson to you. Your hard work and dedication will pay dividends in terms of absolutely massacring this stuff.
Feel my spirit's piercing fangs! Swarm! Yes! You won't live to Plasma shock! Strike! There!
Well, I guess as far as Coliseum goes, I really don't know how to feel about this game. It's kind of one of the more weird ones, given... Typically, what I enjoy, like, for my Coliseums to do, my RPGs or my video games, is that I more so like a Coliseum to be something I can just continue to come back to and challenge it every now and then. Like, I think the perfect example of this would be Kingdom Hearts. To me, Kingdom Hearts has like the perfect like idea for the Coliseum bit, where basically it's like, look, they show you a thing being like, hey, it's open to you. If you fight it now, it's gonna be your hardest. It's probably the hardest it's gonna be. But yeah, it's just something that's like you come back to multiple times throughout your playthrough. And of course, that thing is, it's then you do the end game right before the finale and everything. It's like now you're facing it at its strongest. Well, this one you don't really get that. This one's really not like anything really. You basically do it the first time, get up to the level that you get owned at, and then there's really no convenient way of coming back to it until like, unless you're in a random port that you can start like working together where you can go, or you get your airship. I think it's like, and honestly, it's like I'm usually one that's pretty excited for these types of things in these RPGs. So, was a bit disappointing, but on one hand, I'm also not complaining, given it's like if you do fail, you gotta go back through all this, and you know, the easy fights to just make it so that it's really not that bad in that regard. And well, if you're covered bad stacks, you do got an out. Honestly, money in this game, it's just one of those things that money in this game is probably the most frustrating thing to grind until, like, you either know exactly where to go to get the qualities you need, or, like I said, you either just, as you're going throughout the game, and if you go ahead and think about all the end game stuff you gotta be doing, then you can go ahead and start just prepping all of that. Because until you have 100 shards, it's not gonna, drop rates are not affected at all. No, I mean, that's really just what it kind of comes down to in Tales of Graces' endgame, though, or post-game. Like, I've played other RPGs that I feel like I've had a much more miserable time Gain the 3rd degree master title. Aha, good for you, Malik. You're never using that. Like, I played a lot worse. I played Final Fantasy 13, which I said that game is just kind of awful. That game's like an example of like money is an issue and geez, Sherry, I chose like the worst one for you. Like, that would be an example of just like RNG is just both horrendous because it's affecting your loot drops that you need and your money. Well, in this, I can at least say your problems is really you're only focusing on one at a time, so it's basically like it becomes a lot easier to manage. Considering this, I mean, I was only ever having to focus on either getting the money for it or having to grind up for shards to get the things I needed, but that's just what it comes down to. It's just that the RNG grind fest is just the biggest bloat you're facing in this.
How about this? Lightning blast! Local droplet. Drive away evil in this name. How about this? Settle down! This end! And swing! Thunder Surge! Pour!
I wish I really didn't accidentally pick Asbel to start because now this is just awful.
And swing! Thunder Surge! Pour!
That's right, sure. Just keep calling them whores.
Sacred carve out a warning in this name. Erupt! That's it? Erupt! Carve out a Silver flow! Get ready! Take this! Yes!
That's it!
Sacred
That's it!
serpentine! Settle down! Gotcha! Get ready! Carve out a warning in this name. Yes! Gotcha! Erupt! Strands of Turn! This ends here! Turn! This ends here!
Never got this one, just has a random variety.
That's it? Can you dodge this?
Just then all of a sudden takes forever.
Thunder Surge!
Take that!
Thunder Surge! Pour! Serpentine! Turn! This ends here!
Take this! Take this!
Is everyone okay? How bad are your wounds?
I mean, it's basically in like a lot of. Sorry, I was like, I've had to get super just focused there. But then, like, basically, and a lot of the end game stuff is saying like what you can save for post game as well if you really want to like add more to it. As I mean, because when you put it all together, basically, then that still roughly took me probably about like an extra 15-20 hours in total to do all that. The absolute worst part of it all, though, is the end request. Not because the actual end requests themselves, I think are fine. Like, I think that's fine. It's telling you to engage with the mechanics. It's telling you to figure out, like, look, experiment, figure out what gems you need, go collect them, and get them. So I have the good art seal, so literally meaning I'm now solo and can do nothing.
Edge of the void! Radial arc!
But the fact that it's that one at a time shit that I do not get. Because even for like a casual playthrough where you're trying to just do stuff on the side and then come back, it's like, that makes no sense to me because it's not at all like well paced or cohesive really. Because it's like it would make more sense if like they would have like I kind of suggested where they should have done it in sets basically, where rather than one at a time, it's like no, have it you do all of them and then you get a new set of 3 or 5. I didn't get to see what was going on then. And that's the first time I ever managed to actually cast that spell.
I'm trembling. Why?
I mean, that was just like that's just kind of like just the best way to put Tale of Grace's post game really as my kind of review is that it's the content itself is perfectly fine. It's just they have weird methods to make it bloated out, really. Because the fact is at the end of while I may got my issues with Zone Cage, fact is the bosses in there are cool. It is cool that basically you get some rematches against maybe some bosses that maybe it potentially felt a bit too easy or really needed that extra chance or anything like that. My only biggest problem with Zone Cage, besides like I wanted more out of like some layouts and such because otherwise viewing the same like space setting is rather boring. Is that it's like they could have dealt with far less teleporting enemies. Like maybe some floors fine, but the fact that most floors had at least one enemy whose gimmick is they do nothing but teleport around like an asshole, that just serves to waste time is just kind of sucks.
Is everyone okay? Thank goodness.
Alright, and now we even get to see what rematch dialogue is. By the way, in Zone Cage, whenever you get to someone again, basically they do have slightly different dialogue. It's not worth a whole new other playthrough of Zone Cage, but it's unique that they even address it. Because a lot of them are very much like, wait, you're fucking back? Why?
Prepare yourselves.
Alright. Oh, I didn't restore my Elith. Oh, we going into this real. Nothing to help us out. We're going into this raw. Alright. Battle Sentinel. Hubert. Steadfast Denier. Sophie. Party Elith gauge up. Sharia. Enemy Elith gauge growth down.
We will survive.
Oh yeah, see now this is the HP I was kind of expecting, only that is a fuck ton more. I'm by myself? Okay, well at least we get to see this aspect, so yeah, if you come into this, you are on your own. And it advertised me that I was acting on my own. These fucks. Alright, as well, you know, honestly, if we can kill at least one of them, then I think that perfectly shows my skill as a Tales of Grace's F Remastered player. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you! Okay. But you know, I probably would have kept it on normal then if I knew I was fighting by myself. Alright, well, whatever. Also, yeah, I guess let me just see what this Riot Peak chest is. Roost 3 plaque next to the inn. Oh! Oh, it's to represent the 3 swords of Riot Peak. Book of Metabolism. Spelled with Devil's Duration of cooked dishes. Perfect long battles. Oh, that would have been amazing to have for literally this entire game. Okay. Well, at this point, I'm not about to do all that again just for another chance to do that. I think I have proven myself. In quite many regards, playing through a lot of the post-game in this, so... But basically, a skit I was curious about that I never even realized until I did this. That honestly, I'm surprised I never even thought about the idea of this, but yeah. Also, yeah, the only other thing really that feels like basically we're not gonna actually fully complete this game is an all discovery guide. Friendship tree. All class.
I have to admit, you've vastly improved your sword skills.
Thank you, Captain. But have you ever considered fighting with a sword yourself?
I mean, it technically does.
I used to use a sword back in the day, but I gave it up for my own reasons.
Another painful memory?
So, why'd you give it up?
Pascal?
I gave it up so I wouldn't be expected to teach it. Sword training's mandatory, so there were a lot of students.
Well, you know, I thought it was gonna be slightly more emotional, but no, well. But we have done it, everybody. I have, as far as I'm aware, curiosity, what all is in the enemy book? 99.3% complete. What would I be missing? Dragon. Well, it doesn't actually show. Oh, because of their question mark, question mark. Well, guess I'm missing some sort of dragon enemy. And apparently a Nova type. Is this not counting Little Queen? No, but actually, no, I want to see my records. Yeah. Alright, so total encounters 1,735. Enemies discovered. I guess we're missing one, or they're not counting certain things from the future arc. Best equipment resale value, I got 68k. Skits viewed. Let that speak for how much or why I'm not 100%ing this game. We've seen so many, and that's only been like 68.6%. This is travel, 308.860 kilometers. Total battle time, 16 hours and 15 minutes. Items discovered, 91%. Most gold held, a bunch. Total gold spent, a lot. Let that be show why Hubert frosts in the mouth for the equipment budget. Dishes cooked, 99. Side quest cleared, 83. Stamps received, 763. Discoveries discovered, 77. Elf consumed, 156,794. Total playtime, 111 hours, 53 minutes. Qualities discovered, 42. Chest open, 527. People spoken to, 668. Best combo, 192 hits. And that is Tales of Graces. In terms of, I've done all the side quests that I'm fully aware of, because yeah, let me see. Because we have none pending. And scroll through the numbers to make sure. Yep, 83, which I believe is the total number. All of them done. Managed to show off basically how to get the best equipment in the game, which, like I said, basically was just me rerunning the floors. The only two items I basically never managed to get or show off really is how much money do I actually got? Gold, yeah, probably not enough. So never mind, it wouldn't be that worth it. Yeah, I think I'd probably need some more, and I don't got the gems to up them the quality. But if you want to know the easiest way, basically, any town in this game that sells a rare weapon, get a rare weapon. Rare weapons, when you set them to a higher quality, they sell bonkers amounts, or you can get a bunch of Dreamer Flanges and do that. But basically, buy their rare item, use it, put an expensive quality on them. Gallant or magical will do you fine, and then just sell it back to them, and that's how you can rack up stamps real quick. The quickest, basically. But yeah, but we've shown off a main majority of the items. We've done Zone Cage, we did the optional Coliseum fights. We even did the one in Future Arc where we fought Poisson. Future Arc stuff. The only thing we really didn't get to show off in Future Arc that we're missing now is Asbel's doll, which, from what I understand, for Asbel's doll, we need a Luminous Spear and combine it with a Dangerous Liquid. And then, like, we combine something with a Corrupted Edge to make Asbel's doll. So, and to get the Dangerous Liquid, we would need to... Actually, wait. Don't we have a Dangerous... Now that I'm saying that, I'm like, don't we have one? Yeah, because we have a luminous core. Hold on a minute. Am I stupid? No, there's gotta be some... No, I think there's some liquid, basically, that's like... that you can steal or get off slimes, basically, and it's like, it's a rare chance, so... No, I don't think I actually have it, because I definitely would have then used it at this point, in some regard, but... Yeah, but basically it's like some rare drop-off slimes that you can work towards getting. But that's the only thing we basically didn't do in Future Arc, because we did all those side quests as well. And yeah, and we were able to beat the Rockagong in this, and... Yeah, I guess I overhyped the shit out of that last fight. Like I said, I genuinely thought that they were just gonna have them at the same HP amounts. And like doing the same damage, but no, Because let's play this, guys. My first experience with Tales of side questing is Tales of Zestiria, and I like Zestiria. It's got problems, but I like it. Zestiria did not hold back in any regard in terms of its side quest strength, and so that's why I was like, I was not expecting this game to do that, but yeah, this is legitimately it. This is what my final stats for all my characters are. As well, 150, but I'm not gonna go through all the numbers, but at least want to set them all in their default costumes. Yep. Final stats of everybody. Get one good final view at our party members before we heads off and call it a series. You bitch, Malik. My man literally... Don't you fucking look at me like that. You're the one that for some reason always feels like that he has to have his arms crossed. Yeah. Yep. We finally put a close on Tales of Graces. So we have finished its main game and its post game. It's gonna be weird, but I feel deeply happy with how this has all gone. The grind fest was definitely the worst aspect of it, but so I've thought about it before. I really enjoyed my time with this game. This is one of the most cutesy RPGs I've ever played and such. I'll say that time again, but it's a fun ride. It's a great time, and anyone that's like a Tales of fan or hasn't added this to their collection, or if like you're trying to look for a game to get into this series, I think this is a really good one. And the post-game stuff, like I said, even as far as Tales of games go, you'll probably very likely need a guide at points, but really, besides the grind fest, it ain't that bad. A lot of stuff is just go here, talk to this person, and just and like I said, hindsight's 20/20. As long as you understand what all you have. Oh yeah, hold on. I know something we can do. Now we're not gonna do the entire thing because I really don't think we need to go that far. I'm only more so concerned what's with the main game, but let me just save my progress at the top of here. Go to the title screen. We still got Trials of Graces to try out. Trials of Graces. Okay. So basically it's a series of challenges you can do that you get reward items in. So you get stuff like your joke weapons and all that. And I guess this transfers to your main game. Okay, yeah. So we can't even do all these because they got some normal, some fairly okay ones, and then they got some Troll with the punches. Okay. And then they got some crazy ones that require you to get into endgame levels. Oh, this one requires you to just go throughout all the dragon ones.
Everyone stay on your game.
Okay. Yeah, and then basically, okay, so this is why. Alright. So luckily, I thought this was gonna be like way more expansive in terms of a post-game thing, but no, this is just like, hey, do you want some even harder battles to do past the post-game? Well, here you go. Yeah, so Sophie, sorry girl, just get ended. Alright, I don't feel I need to shut this off then all that much.
I can still.
Fake is a fake. What do you mean by this one?
Focus, this'll be tight.
Oh, but then you get some fun dumb ones like this. Okay, this is just some fun dumb stuff. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say this is not a fight meant for Sharia, so they just took her ass out. Hey, we can at least win one of these fights just to show off how it does stuff.
Great work, Captain.
Oh, you don't get any. Okay, so you don't get any stuff to added to characters, but you do get your rewards. Yeah, we'll exit Trials of Graces, but yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna go off on a tangent because this is I've already given my final thoughts on everything, and I even gave my final thoughts on the end game or post game rather during the Coliseum fights, but just Jesus. But the next time we pop up in a Tales of series, it will then be with Tales of Vesperia, which I played that one before. And we'll kind of just work through the series, and that one's unfortunately I already know would be equally as long as this. But that, guys, so we will go into Ninja Gaiden now tonight, but I will go ahead and take a small break for that. So I can go and get a new drink and all that. And we'll get one final watch of the intro. Copyright be damned.
Showed me that dreams can come true.
I fought that thing today. It sucked. It wasn't that bad. Or more just obnoxious aspects. God, that shot of Asbel, though. Eternity. And that Mirror B.